Once upon a time, a man walked into a bookstore one average afternoon. He wasn't looking for anything particular. There wasn't a hole in his soul that he was hoping to fill, and wasn't frantically searching for a book to help him figure out how to do that. He was just browsing because he just liked books. He wasn't finding anything in particular and was getting hungry, so he readied to leave when he saw an old book on a shelf out of the way. It was dusty, and he opened it, and on the first page it said,
Once upon a time, and it told the story of an old woman with the long grey hair who lived inside a huge old tree. She wasn't lonely or poor and had everything she wanted, including a solid Wi-Fi connection. And even though Gary, her dog, couldn't really understand it, she would regularly read Gary his favorite story, which started with,
Once upon a time, a great adventurer went scuba diving in the vast ocean and was exploring a deep undersea cave. In the cave, the diver found a sunken old trunk. Inside the trunk were ancient stone tablets inscribed in a strange language, but the explorer was a trained archaeologist and could decipher them. And they read,
Once upon a time, a shaman on an uncontacted remote island would often have strange, vivid dreams he could not understand, but still fascinated him. He would often think about his dreams during the day, and he'd wonder about a word that would show up at the beginning of his dreams. He couldn't understand the language, but he knew it was important because all his dreams started with,
Once upon a time, there was a commercial freighter underway at sea. The voyage was going smoothly. In fact, it was a bit quiet. To pass the time, the bored radio operator would tell jokes and stories using the old Morse code system for lighthouse keepers, or anyone listening, near or far. He'd start his codes with,
Once upon a time, there was a beautiful siren who swam into the harbour of a big city. She wasn't looking to move to dry land or lure sailors to their deaths. She was just curious about the pretty skyline and the endless twinkling lights and strange sounds. Nearby, on a pier, on a bench, a young writer sat. Unbeknownst to him, he completely missed seeing the siren as she swam back out to sea. It was a bummer he'd missed it, but it wasn't as if he was creatively blocked or in need of some strange event to write about. In fact, he was already onto a good story he liked, and it began with,
Once upon a time, a man walked into a bookstore one average afternoon.